Yeah, you know how I love that that extremely loud intro. I really like it. All right. So, for today, I was going to render. I'm not gonna animate. I already animated this shot, and whenever I do these live streams, I'm always animating line work, and I think it's gonna start to get boring at some point. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna just add all the details, colors, and shading to this animation. I think that's going to be a little bit more fun, and we're going to get to see a final product, which is a lot more fun always. So let's check out what it looks like.
Well, Homunculus and I did it, but mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness.
So we got the good voice acting. We got the good like post to post animation, and of course the lip syncing, which looks good. I think it looks pretty good. There's one transition which is pretty much just blur, which is right here. Oh yeah, but it does have like anticipation, so anticipation and blur, and that's good. That works. Okay. So I've already added the shading for the first pose, and because of the fact that he's going to be moving his jaw, I have copied the drawing for the shading in the three of those drawings, and I've just simply elongated it a little bit, like stretch it out to make it match the jaw motion, right? So let's keep going. That's just one pose, and then we move to the next one. Now, since the chat is a bit large, are you able to scale it down? That's a great question. In fact, I don't even need this. I could just like make it really, really tiny. Yeah, it's not even necessary. It's just funny to see how. Yeah, by the way, let's use the chat a little bit more. So, for example, when he says that, I can bring it up here. The chat is a bit large. Are you able to scale it down? Yes, I am able to. Hola, hola. Sorry that I'm late. You're not late. You're perfectly in time, Mr. Skin. Mr. Skin is right here, and I can show him on the live, which is pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Maybe it would be better here, where it doesn't. I don't know where to put the chat thingy. I'll just figure it out later on. Okay, so let's start with the shading animation. So we're gonna do an in between right here. It's kind of confusing because we've got the line for the actual skull, and we've got the line for the shading. So it's kind of confusing, but you just gotta give it a try. Actually, I think that maybe I don't even need to look at the before and after because it's pretty obvious where it's gonna go. So let's not onion skin, dude. By the way, Drew and Mr. Skin, how are you doing, guys? Has the summer started well for you? I think some of you study, so that means that you're probably off school. So that's always a nice thing, being done with whatever you were studying. I wasn't studying, so for me it's the same thing. I just gotta work. I gotta work all the time. That's all I ever do. Yeah, but people who like transition from one thing to another, that's fun. Let's see. Let's bring this guy over here. Then daga daga dun, daga daga dun 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 dun. Here you go. It's good. The middle spot works, but do what you want. Of course, I'm gonna do what I want, but I wanted to do whatever's better for you guys. That's the goal, to like create a good experience for everybody. I'm amazing. How are you? What have you been doing? Okay, I should use this. If I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna use it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna just have this new feature and not use it properly. So Mr. Skin's saying that, how have I been doing? I've already told you that I went through a rough patch a couple weeks ago. It was pretty bad for a while, but I got better. I'm okay right now. I'd say. Life is kind of boring right now. I just gotta focus on work. Whenever I'm able to, I focus on my hobbies, if possible. I don't have enough time for that yet, but I'm about to have it. You already guys know that I'm going on a trip to Europe this week. Actually, I'm going to Spain to visit people, and it's gonna be fun because I'm not gonna be working. Whatever gets me out of work, pretty much is something cool. Ooh, this line, I don't like this line. So it comes here, goes follow the curve of the face, and then if I'm not wrong, it's gonna come inside this hair over here, and then like that, pretty much. What are people saying? Let's see the chat. I need to do this better. Pretty good. And yes, summer is doing pretty good so far. Been raining a bit through, so I'm kind of stuck inside. So it's like, yeah, one of those monsoon seasons, I guess. Uh, Victoria says nice, I guess, to my plans. No work. Yay. Yeah, exactly. That's what we all want. We just don't want to work. I hope you have a good trip. Me too. I hope it's, fun, safe, and I get to see a lot of people. I hope it's cool. You are a rain lover. Yeah. Rain is actually kind of nice in the middle of like these if you live in a dry state, whenever it gets humid, it's like very satisfying, honestly. Right now I live in one of those desert states, so now it's like, "Oh, please let it rain, dude." Before it was annoying, but now it's like, "Yeah, I need rain, dude. I need moisture." I cannot stand all this hot and dry uh weather, dude, all the time. It gets to me, dude. But I'll get used to it, I guess. The important thing is to drink a lot of water and wear sunscreen, I guess. But yeah. I'm almost done with the transition phase I told you about, guys. The reason I'm here is because I have a better job. It was very annoying at first because I had to do a lot of overtime. I'm still doing a lot of overtime. That's why I don't have time to animate, to make music. I don't have time to be myself. But now I'm gonna have a lot of time. Not a lot, but more time than I had these past months, which were kind of a little too much, honestly. But whatever, it's all for the best. Let's see. Oh, this is a good transition from here to here. Let's see what it looks like. By the way, this line is a shading line. I'm not coloring the shading. After coloring the base colors, I'm going to animate first what would be the shading positions, and then I'm going to color everything as one single thing. So let's look at that.
Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me.
See, so now we've got the anticipation right, and now we're going to go from anticipation to brum to the next position. And the next position, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first position. Let's read what people are talking. Let's see. People are saying rain is lovely, except for right now. Yeah, sometimes it can be bad, I guess. Um, Rain is nice and it helps you keep you focus on stuff since you can't go outside. That is one very optimistic way to look at it. Yes, if the weather sucks, you can be inside and be productive. I'll never forget when I went to Mexico to visit my family, even my grandma. When it rained there, it was very bad, but also fun. I don't know how much it rains in Mexico. I thought I would think that not much, but oh, the streets were like rivers and a lot. Glad you're doing well, buddy. Thank you, Drew. I am doing pretty okay. Also, I'm happy that you're okay. Yeah. Being okay is kind of necessary, right? You gotta find at least a manageable situation. Like things don't have to be amazing, but as long as you can do your stuff, everything's good. Oh, by the way, I still haven't merged the actual line works because here what I'm doing is first I'm positioning the shading, but it's actually its own quote unquote layer. It's not exactly a layer. Here in Toon Boom Harmony, we have got these four things. I think they're called art layers. So yeah, they're layers, I guess. And each drawing has four of them, and you don't need to have them merge at the same time always. But eventually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna merge it with the whole of the skull. The whole drawing. But for now, I'm gonna keep them separate. What happened here? I thought I did this one, the closed jaw one. Okay, then it's all good, dude. All right, so we all agree that rain is kind of a double-edged sword. It has its pros, but it has its cons. And one of the cons is that you might need a raft, right, to just go buy milk, which is pretty annoying, I guess. I mean, I like rafting, so maybe I love it. I don't know. Let's see. Now we're gonna copy it here and here, and of course, since the jaw is moving down, then the shading has to move down as well. So one way that I can do it is by morphing it. I think before I didn't morph it, before I just like move the lines. Now I'm gonna morph it. I feel like it's gonna be better. See, that's nice. Now I morph this one right in between. I'm gonna onion skin it so I make sure that's right in the middle. And yeah. This is a good method. See, this is why vector animation is sometimes better. I've always said that I don't love the way it looks when you like do stuff with computers. Like obviously I do everything with computers, but what I mean is like all the lines I've drawn them, but whenever you deform and move and stuff like that, cheating essentially, using the advantage of vectors. I don't love the way those things look, but they do make your life easier. So I saved a lot of time by just doing that instead of tracing it and just moving it with my own hand. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Now, for example, here, this is a blurry frame. I could almost get away without shading it, but no, let's not be that lazy. Let's at least add a little bit of a something. It doesn't have to be very, what's the word? Detailed, because it's so fast that people are not gonna notice if it's not properly done. So yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay. Let's see what it looks like so far. So now we got like 3 positions and the in-betweens of those, so it's already moving
Homunculus
well.
and I did it, but mostly me.
Yeah.
We were able to triangulate the
Oh,
exact.
now we have another position. It's basically the same one. It's just moving the head a little bit higher. I could almost get away with, in fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I could just get away with copying this guy and taking it to the next one. But no, that's too lazy, right? Yeah, that's probably too much. Let's just hand draw it then. It's gonna be better. So yeah. Oh my god, I don't know how to do it. So it's here. Now it's here. I can just kind of get the feeling of it. Where was it? Oh yeah, here. Yeah, this is the hair I need. There you go. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Good. Now the in between, and then it also has the jaw movement. Everything has jaw movement, dude. So annoying. Okay, let's do the in between first, I think. And let's see. Da. Okay, right, we're in between. That, like this, and like this. Now this part I'm not sure how it's gonna work because before it catches the ear and then it doesn't catch the whole ear. So it's now like it's starting to show light on the side of the ear. Then here it's all the way over there. Nah, maybe it's because this one is kind of wrong. I don't care. I'm already committing to this. So it goes from here. It goes all the way over there. Okay. Yeah, that kind of works. I'm gonna have to maybe change a couple things, but that's the gist of it. I've been listening to a lot of Fall Out Boy. I really like Fall Out Boy. It has some catchy tunes, dude. Let's see. Keep moving forward. And here I'm going to start using the same shading shape, but I'm gonna deform it. So copy it here, copy it here. Okay, now for this one, it's going up instead of down. So maybe you can grab this guy, and bring it higher. Oh, shoot, it broke off. Okay, so instead of doing that, because that's not going to work, I'm just going to cut it out. Right? And let's see if it's down here. Now it's going to be up here. Right? Kind of. See, this is what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do it by hand because by hand is not going to be as perfect. Oh, hey, dude. KC99 is here as well. Everybody say hey to KC99. Oh, is everybody from the Discord, I guess, right? Yeah. It's always us. And let's keep shading this guy. Let's keep shading the guy. Oh no. It's hard to do these. There you go. Perfect connection. Hello. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to KC99. Okay, once I'm done with the shading shapes, it's gonna get a lot of fun because we're gonna start seeing like a very finished version of Calavera talking. I always like seeing the finished versions of everything. Like the magic of animation is line work, essentially. that is just the truth. But the moment you see the guy coming to life, when you have colors, you have shading, and you have some details, Calavera, whenever the shot is like very close to him, like a close shot, I mean, or detail shot, whatever, you always get to see that he has like eye bags, or it's like a, what do you call it? Oh my god, I cannot say the proper word. He's got like smoky eye bags and smoky shading under the nose. He's got also like that effect on the scar, for example. Those are the things that would make the animation more expensive, because you would have to like essentially have a person going scene by scene, just making sure that the eye bags are properly placed. It's a lot of work. Honestly, if I had to make things cheaper, it would be wise to remove the eye bag idea, or the nose shadow idea, or the scar one. The scar one is a very annoying one. I'm gonna do it today because I want to do it. I like it. But it's true that if I had to make a bigger thing, I would have to probably dismiss that idea. The whole extreme amount of details. Not even extreme. It's just not practical, I guess. Because it's pretty simple. Like, it's not hard. It's just like more work. And for an indie animation, maybe more work is not wise. But I like my eye bags. I feel like they look cool. Eyeshadow. He's wearing makeup essentially. Everybody's wearing makeup. Sorry, I should not sing into the mic. It's gonna get annoying. So here and here, right? So this would be the open position. This would be the closed position. So I think I can get away with just deforming it up. Yep, yes I can. And this guy, same thing, but a little bit higher, or more in the between, I mean. Yeah, that looks pretty reasonable. Okay. So I'm almost done with the shading of the face. The shading of the body is going to be way easier. I think it's also got less positions anyway. And I only need one more in between, so let's do the in between and see if everything looks good. That way we can merge the line works, the shading line work, and the proper one. I gotta have a better naming system. Okay, now I'm confused here. What's going on? Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Okay, so now we go again with this thing over here. Mr. Skin is asking me a great question, and I don't know the answer, but it's a good question though. What is my favorite Fall Out Boy song? It's probably gonna be one of those that I used to listen when I was younger, back in my days when I was in like high school or middle school. Probably either Dance Dance or Thanks for the Memories, which when you analyze and compare to the newer ones, they're kind of simpler. Or I don't know if they're simpler, but they're like it's like it was proto Fall Out Boy. It's also the Fall Out Boy that really got popular, like on the radio. Now, I mean, Fall Out Boy's been like getting hits for a really long while. I don't know. Probably Dance Dance, even though it's like the simplest Fall Out Boy song out there. I don't know. It's just brings me memories. Mainstream, yeah, yeah. Because the thing is that Fall Out Boy is still very mainstream, but I feel like its height, or its highest peak, was back then. Like, it was really everywhere. Now it's got popular songs like Centuries, like The Phoenix. It's got good songs still that still make it big. But back then it was like everybody was listening to the stupid Dance Dance and the stupid Thanks for the Memories, which had Kim Kardashian before I knew who Kim Kardashian was. So that's always interesting. Yeah, those are great songs anyway. But the new ones are amazing as well. Okay, now we got the guy talking. Let's see how it looks and then go for the body. As I said before, the body's going to be really easy. Saturday, I don't know that one. I'm going to listen to it now. Not now because of copyright or whatever. People say that the YouTube algorithm catches you if you're listening to music on a live stream. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it might not be true. But I'm not going to risk it anyway. Let's
Well,
see the guy talk.
Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness.
Yeah, it's working. We've got Calavera talking. He's got the proper shading, but now I need to merge the two things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go drawing by drawing and just merging the two things and cutting out stuff that I don't need. So for example, this goes into the line work layer, and now we can get rid of these two thingies, because that's not going to be necessary later on. But it's looking good. How long have I been working on the pilot? Well, technically, like 8 months at least. Let's see. Let's do the math. I don't want to do the math because it's pretty depressing, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I started writing the script during summer or at the end of summer, I would say. Maybe like August or September, even. Probably September. I feel like September is the month where I was writing the script, which now feels weird. Like it's not that complex of a script to be waiting for a year to see the results, but it is what it is. And then the script was relatively quick to write. As I said before, it's not a very complex script. It's very short. It's only 5 minutes. There's no plot twist or anything. Nothing extraordinary about the script. I mean, it's cute, I guess. Um, and then I think I started storyboarding in. Actually, I think I started storyboarding in October or end of September. Right? It took me a while to even storyboard this stuff. Like, well, to me, storyboarding was basically the same thing as doing the animatic anyway. So, storyboard and animatic, pretty much September to October. Then in October, I wasn't animating yet because I still didn't even have the voice actors ready for everything. So I was doing more of a talent hunt, I guess. I was gathering the Twitter handles of voice actors, and then it took a while to get all the recordings in place. I remember, and I said that I didn't want to start animating until I had the voices because I had to do the audio editing first. Because I said before that whenever I had the voice acting afterwards, I started animating. It was always worse. Like I didn't plan the faces properly. Then I don't know. There's like some certain amount of bottlenecking if you don't have the voices ready for something. So I decided to wait for another month without animating. And then in November is when I started animating hardcore. And I'd say November, December were amazing months. November, December, and then January was great. But when January came, I knew I was gonna move out, go to another place, and start a new job. So I think January was still good. I still had time, but it was already I was changing my life a lot. And I think that it was probably not February, but it was more like a March when I really slowed down. So I've been working on the pilot for 8 months, but really I've worked on it properly November, December, and January. I would say I worked properly on it 3 months, which is a shame. If I had been able to keep up that speed, I feel like I'd be really close to finishing right now. But the problem is that I wasn't able to keep up the speed. I didn't know what my plans were, where I was gonna live, where I was gonna work. So that was kind of a curveball. Had I known that I was gonna keep doing what I was doing before, first of all, I would have gone broke probably, but I would have been closer to finishing the pilot. Damn, I don't know, man. Sometimes I wish I had stayed in my old job, but it's true that I wasn't doing well financially, so I did the right thing, or at least the responsible thing. Sometimes a responsible thing doesn't feel good, but it's the right thing to do. But you don't want to do it anyway, right? Uh, what else? Yeah, and now these months have been awful. Which are the dude? We're in June already, dude. I promise you, like April, and May, especially May. I didn't do anything, dude. May was a terrible month. No, no. Which one was worse, April or May? They were both really bad. Like in those 2 months, I probably animated like a total of 10 shots, which is an awful pity, man. That is too little animation. I feel like I could easily get per month 20. Like 20 per month is nah, 20 per month might be too much, but 13 per month is totally doable. But I didn't do that, so now the animation is gonna be done by hopefully hopefully October. I think I can reach October, but who knows? I mean, I'm supposed to get more time very soon, so it should be an improvement on my productivity. But I don't know. I don't know. What are people saying? How long have you been working on this pilot? Yeah, we already said that. Such an amazing process of a pilot in just 8 months. Well, in just 8 months is a relative thing to say, right? Like it could be a small amount of time, but it's not in this case because it's very short. It's relatively simple, honestly. Like I feel like other pilots are trying way harder to have a higher quality of animation. I'm not saying that I'm going with a low quality of animation, but it's not 8 months requiring. If I had more time, honestly, of course, like people have different schedules and stuff. When did you decide to turn this into an animation? Well, first I had the character Calavera, which I was already excited to animate and stuff. And then I feel like it was in June, July when I was starting to post stuff on Newgrounds. And I started thinking like, how can I make it more mainstream? How can I make it more appealing? And I remember Calavera is cool, it's nice, but honestly, writing a script for one guy with a homunculus was kind of hard. It's like the characters are interesting, but two characters is I felt like it wasn't gonna be easy to write, especially since one of them is like nonverbal. Oh, should script that up. Since one of them was not verbal, I was like, I need an ensemble, and I was thinking like like the usual team. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, that can work. Like, and I started bringing characters that I had created for both as a Pumpkinhead, and I was like, oh yeah, these could totally make a team. And that was probably June, July, I think. That's when I started drawing Freya, Zara, Samhain, and Calavera together. And I was like, yeah, I gotta try something with these guys. I feel like they can really be successful. I really think so. And that's when I decided. I decided in July, I think. In August, as I said before, is when I started writing for the characters, and I felt like they were funny together. And I was like, when I felt they were funny together, I was like, yeah, it's definitely worth it then. Okay, we got the animation for the head. We could technically color this already, but I want to do things properly and I want to do things in order. So first, let's finish the shading, which is the boring part, especially the way that I'm doing it. Now, the body, the good thing is that it's only got one, two, let me count. One, two, three key poses. That's very little poses. So three key poses, and honestly, they just go with one in between, which is terrible. It's like too snappy. But for these motions, it's working because it's very. He's going really fast from one thing to another. He's very anxious. He's very nervous, the same way I am. So that works. So now let's just do some basic shading, I guess. Let's not make it too complicated. See, that was really quick, but that works. Also, I'm gonna add another drop shade from the face to the body. That's thanks to the tools that Toon Boom Harmony offers me. Let's see. This goes like this, and this. These are very simple shades. I'm not overthinking it. Maybe I could, but I don't wanna. I wanna go fast. By the way, did you guys watch the new Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm obsessed with it. It's really good. I really like the new animal characters that hang out with Rocket. Well, hung out. They can't hang out anymore. But yeah, the new Guardians was pretty good. Way better than anything else that Marvel has been doing forever. Probably. Sick of Marvel, but that raccoon has always been one of my weaknesses. I really like Rocket. It's because he's a raccoon. Raccoons are awesome. It's like Scooby Doo, right? It's a talking raccoon, dude. It's like a winner formula, honestly. You can't go wrong with a talking raccoon. Not really. Let's go. Is that in between good? Oh, it's terrible. It's like wiggling in a weird way. Not yet. No spoilers. Okay, I won't spoil anything. Except I'm gonna say it's good. That's the only spoiler I'm gonna say. And sadly, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, don't worry. Take your time. It's fairly recent. But as I said before, compared to everything else Marvel has been doing for a while, it's like way better than any other thing that they do right now. Like way better. So which are the lines for the shading? So this one and this one, right? So it should be in between. Okay, I confused. Like I thought this one was this one. So I made a mistake. That's why it wiggles. It shouldn't wiggle. It should be transition. There you go. I like all of that. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Are you gonna watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming soon? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it at the movies, like at the cinema, but I want to watch it. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna bring it out in one of those movies network things like Netflix or HBO. But oh, I'm done with the shading. That was fast, dude. Really fast. Okay, so that means we can get to the good part, which is coloring. Colors, colors, colors. This is the part where he's gonna start looking like himself and not like a bunch of weird lines. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the body. Okay, this is a good thing about Toon Boom. Oh, there are many good things about Toon Boom. Is that you can like create a palette and just import it and export it and take it to many projects. And I made this palette essentially. I made it like in scene number 5, and we are in scene number 39. And like I'm still using the same one. Like, why are you gonna make a bunch of the same palette, right? Or color pick every single time? No, no, no. You can save it. You can reuse it again and again. Same here. I'm absolutely watching that movie, the Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, we you all gotta watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Come on, it's gonna be cool. It's got Shaggy, dude. It's got the actor who played Shaggy back in the 2000s, the early ones. Um, yeah. Let's start coloring. So, for example, here what I do is that I have all from skin to oh no, wait, it depends. Like I have different systems for ordering my palettes for each character for some reason. But for Calavera, what I do is that I have the color and then I have the shade version of that color. And the color of the shading should depend on the scenery. So if you've seen the backgrounds that I've been using, they're very purplish right now. So since they're purplish, I'm using like a very purple version of shading for everything. I'm not 100% sure if that's the way it's going to be till the end. I mean, the problem is that if I had to change the shading colors, now I'm going to have to change them on every shot. So probably they're going to just stay the way they are because, well, I haven't even colored him that many times. I think I've colored him in 2 scenes. But regardless, I'm just going to ignore that. Okay, so let's go with the face first, which is a little bit more exciting. A skull. Um, I'm gonna grab the bucket tool, and this is a cool thing about Toon Boom. There are many cool things about Toon Boom. I've already said it before. Uh, so we've got these two art layers. We've got line work, which is the L, and then we've got color work. The line work has all of that you can see there, like this line right here that has a skull and the hair. Actually, it should be called head, not skull, because it's got the hair as well. And you can just bring that vector map to the color layer. So that doesn't mean that you have anything drawn. You just have the vector calculations there. Now, for example, this is going to be a problem, I think. I don't know. So if I grab the bucket tool, I can just color in the color layer and it's going to follow, or it's going to fill in, what do you call it? A mesh? No, not a mesh. Like a window? No, it's gotta be a good word for that. I don't know what the word is, but it's like a closed polygon, I guess. So it just fills that in, and I can also color the shade right here. So now you can see that he's shaded, at least the skin. And this is the cool part. I can go to the shading line and I don't need to delete it. I don't need to do anything with it. I can just make it invisible. So when it's invisible, you only get to see the colors and the black line work. And that line over there just became like vector information. So you don't get to see it anymore, even though it's there, which is like magic, dude. Like that's awesome. And of course, if you go to the raster version, he looks more like what he's gonna look at the final animation, and he looks good. If I shade the whole thing, it's gonna look better. Now let's bring back this so we know where the shading is. But that's what I'm gonna do for everything. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be tedious, but it's gonna look good. So now let's go with still color layer, the hair. So we use these colors over here. This is the side that's being that is lighter, I guess. And then this part over here is the darker one. So we go with hair one shade, hair one shade. And here we got the ear that's covered by the skull. So we go with the shaded version of the skin. Now the hair is here. I cannot see this one because it's literally white. I should make it a little bit darker for the next iteration. For this one, it's gonna be literally white, but I don't think that's a good idea. You can already start seeing like how he's got like that volume because of the shading. It's awesome. Now let's go to the body, and the body the same thing. Bring in the layer, the line layer vector information, and then do the shading over here. Then the lap code is number one, I guess, the most of it. And then lap code 2 would be the apron. And then we go with the shaded version of those two things. Here, here, here. And for the neck part, I think I'm gonna go with black. I feel like it gives him more depth even. He already has a lot. So again, if we go and we grab the shader and make it invisible for a second, he looks good. Now it looks like a final version of Calavera. Looks amazing. What is Drew saying? Drew is asking, hey, can Toon Boom export and import OGG files? OpenToon's recently added support for that file type. It's a good question. Let me save the file now that we're at it and see if we can export as an OGG. It's got very few options, honestly. It's got the actual render. Render means this PNG sequences, movies in MP4, essentially, animated GIF, self-explanatory. SWF, I don't even know what that is. OpenGL frames usually exports what I'm looking in my screen right now, like this. Instead of exporting this, which is the final product, it exports this weird vector thingy. I don't like that one. And audio, of course, audio layout. Now, I don't think it supports OGG files, really. I don't know why Toon Boom and OpenTunes don't just get their shit together and just like figure out a way to work together. Honestly, I feel like they should because like they're the two most popular Node animation programs. They should try to find a way to cooperate. Cooperate. Probably that's what they. Probably that's what Toon Boom doesn't want. Toon Boom might be like, I don't want to cooperate with OpenTunes because that way, if somebody works with Toon Boom, they gotta force other people to work with Toon Boom. So that's the way they make more money, I guess. Okay, now he's already moving his face. Let's do the same process for the skull here and there. It's gonna look really good when he's got all the colors going on. So let's go back to the skin, to the skull, and yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I want to watch that movie. I don't know. It could be really bad though, right? I'm not crazy when I say that it could be like a disaster. But you know what? Even if it's a disaster, I still want to watch that. Even if it's like really bad. But what if it's good? What if it's good, dude? Like it's got good lore. It's got one good actor at least. I don't know who the other actors will be, but I don't know. We have to wait and see. I haven't seen Mario yet. I mean, at this point, I almost don't want to watch it because I feel like the hype is gone. But I've been watching a lot of Jack Black. Thanks to Bowser. Like people have been talking about Bowser and Jack Black so much that I was like, yeah, you know what? Jack Black is awesome. I'm gonna start watching his stuff again, and I watched Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny again. I used to love that movie. I still love it. Obviously, it's amazing. And School of Rock. School of Rock was a great movie as well. What else did Jack Black do? He's done a bunch of stuff. Oh, would you play the new game Legend of Zelda? That's a good question. I've never been a huge Zelda guy personally. I don't know why. I feel like um I feel like some of those games usually, if you don't play them as a kid, you never find the appeal. And I'm not saying that they look bad or anything. It's just that I don't know. I never played Zelda, dude. Like that's true. Like it just didn't happen. I wasn't much of a Nintendo guy, so it was kind of hard for me to play Zelda. Mario, for some reason, I did play it a lot. It had something to do with that I had a Game Boy, I guess. Yeah, but if I had a Game Boy, I could have played Zelda also. So I don't know what happened there. I just missed on the Zelda thing. Crazy. What game would I play? Let me. Right now, I don't know, dude. Like honestly, I don't play many games, so when I have to choose one, it's gotta be like something that I'm really interested in. So I'm not sure which one I would play right now. It's a hard choice. Like you gotta choose one, right? Oof, there's a bunch of them. It would have to be one of the simpler ones. Anything that's a platformer has better odds for me. Like if it's gonna be a complex RPG system with guns and whatever, probably not. Like it's too demanding, dude. Like it's a game. Like I want it to be a casual thing. Like Crash Bandicoot, man. I like Crash Bandicoot a lot because of that. It feels very casual. You just start playing and you can stop whenever you want. There's no problem. There's no stress. Um, yeah, I like Crash Bandicoot. I think one of the last games I played was actually Crash Bandicoot 4 because it felt a lot like the original ones. So that's why I played it. Like I used to play Call of Duty when I was younger, but I feel like right now I couldn't handle the stress of Call of Duty. Maybe I would end up playing campaign mode, which was really easy. But that's not what the game is for, right? The game is for competitive online. I mean, everybody plays the games they want to play the way they want to play it, I guess. But I don't know what are people saying. And speaking of Five Nights at Freddy, I'm personally treating the film as a separate universe from the games and books, but still containing hints, Easter eggs, and clues to the overarching lore. Yeah, I also would assume that it's gonna have like its own things, even though the main lore is the same one, like the gist of it. But it's like when we watch a comic book movie, you go like, oh yeah, I know the story, but I know that they're gonna do whatever they want with it, and whatever they do in the movies does not affect the original. You know, so the game has its lore. That's you cannot change that. But the movies might do their own thing. They probably will. I mean, because the problem is that if they do like a one-to-one adaptation, nobody's gonna be shocked or surprised. Most people that are gonna watch the movie know the lore. So they got to come up with at least one plot twist to everything else. At least one. One thing has to be really different. But the gist is going to be the same one. Recently, I've been playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, yeah. I remember, yeah, you were showing us pictures of Animal Crossing. I never played that either, but I've heard that it's very stress relieving. Animal Crossing, like yoga or weed. Until Scott and Steelwool and Bloomhouse do a 12D chess move that throws all that into question. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they got in for us. They probably got good ideas. I'm sure of that. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Oh, hair. Hair, 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 hair. By the way, this is the problem with. This is why I don't want Calavera to have the white strands of hair anymore because to confirm that it's been colored is pretty hard, and I need to go to the background. You gotta change the color card of the background. Something that he doesn't have in his palette. So that now I can see that it's transparent right now. But everything else is nice. Okay. Everything else is working, but this one is transparent, so I need to go and color it. And now I can see clearly that is being colored. Before I wasn't sure. Now I am. Let's see. Color hair 1 or hair 2. There you go. Now I know it's colored properly. And hair shade here and skin shade here. Yeah, this process is tedious and long. By the way, why is the skin and the body so different? Oh, did I use a hair shade for the skin? Silly me. That's wrong. There you go. That's a skin tone. Taka taka tan, taka taka tan, taka tan. Do 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 do. Yeah, we already got a lot going on here. We're probably gonna add the color for the mouth and then the color for the eye shadows. The one game I find surprisingly not calming is The Sims. Why? What is there to lose there? Uh, I mean, I guess if you want your character to be a winner in life, you're gonna get stressed. You gotta find them a good job, try to find them a good partner to start like having a house. Yeah, it's probably as stressful as real life, I guess. The Sims. I think I played it a couple times, but I never got hooked on it. Thoughts on Help Wanted 2 and ruined DLC trailers? I don't know what we talking about. Is that also Five Nights at Freddy's? Help Wanted? Probably. I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. Actually, I don't keep up with anything. I feel like I'm out of the loop of so many things. The news, the weather, the economy. I don't know what the economy is anymore. I don't know what it ever was. And same thing for games in this case. I'm guessing The Sims kind of resembles real life a bit too much. See, that's exactly the same theory I had, Drew. Like, if you have the same stresses that you have in real life, then it's gonna be too much. Like, imagine The Sims tax season. Like you gotta start going like, oh, I didn't save money for tax season, and now how am I supposed to pay for it? And if you don't pay your rent, you get evicted, dude. Like, that's too much, dude. I don't know. Okay, let's go with the next position right here. Oh, something happened. Oh, this is the body. Okay, silly me. Let's shade here, skin here, lab code 1 here, 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 lab code 2 here, here. No, no, that lab code 2 is here, and lab code 2 shade is here, and lab code 1 shade is here. There you go. I got it right. It's a little bit of something here going on. And then for these, I'm going to use black. Look at that, look at that. Here, same thing. Default and default skin and skin shade here. Lab code 1 here, 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 and lab code 2 here, and now the shading versions of those. Here, 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 here. What are people saying? Yes, Five Nights at Freddy's VR and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. So they both got DLCs. Man, it's a lot of stuff they're bringing out. The Sims tax DLC now with voodoo technology. Yeah, yeah. I always end up using a little bit of dark magic for my taxes. Otherwise, like it's so taxes are so dark and weird that you need them. You need dark magic, dude. Is this you in real life? Yes, that's me in real life. Somebody asked me if I was me in real life, which is crazy. Such a weird thing, the whole internet thing. When they know you as an internet person, they go like, "Oh, you have a face, and you got like shoulders and a neck. You're a human being." And I don't know. It is kind of odd seeing the real person behind the persona, I guess. I mean, I don't try to be somebody else, but I understand if people see me like a voice with a Wacom tablet only. Like, dude, like I have feelings, man. I eat food. I poop as well, like everybody else. I'm a human. The internet way, you're a human. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, I have my videos playing guitar lately because I got a new guitar, by the way. Yeah, I'm happy because of the new guitar. And T Creeper Boss of all the people asked me, "Is this you in real life?" Like, yeah, I'm not gonna post a video of another guy. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's me. Like, I'm a human, dude. Like, I don't need to post somebody else's face. Wait, I missed the face thing. Yeah, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or I have the YouTube for music here as well on YouTube. So yeah, I just post myself playing guitar. So if I could be evasive and like grab the camera and focus only on the guitar, like that's fine as well. I feel like that's reasonable. But I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna record myself playing. And yeah, my face got stuck in the middle of it all. So some people are like, yeah, that's a person, that's it. But other people are like, whoa, you have a face, dude, and arms and fingers, and you can use those. But yeah, yeah, the internet where you're a human. Yeah, but like, this is the thing. Like, aren't we all humans? We don't behave like humans on the internet. I think. Well, I mean, we do kind of, but some people don't. So I understand that. Sorry. That's again Follow Boy. I got a lot of Follow Boy in my veins right now. Let's see, lab code one, lab code one, lab code one, lab code one. Shade. Good. That's another emo song from back in the early 2000s. Okay, just one more body to color. Oh no, that's wrong. Lab code one, that, and now lab code two, that, and skin that, and skin shade and dark for these. Now lab code shade two, no one, lab code shade one, lab code two shade. There you go. And probably am done with the lab code and the clothing. So yeah, yeah, I told you the body was gonna be easier to do. Indeed. Yeah, I should. This should be the final version of the animation. He's just moving as fast as a flash. Actually, when you do this, it looks like I'm a really good animator because like, oh, he's so fluid. But no, that's because I'm just doing things so fast. That's not good animation. That's just fast animation, I guess. Now let's go with the skull. We still need to color a bunch of them because each position has like three versions of it because of the opening of the jaw. So it's gonna take a while. Soon people won't be able to trust videos like that thanks to deepfakes. I agree. I agree. Technology is getting really creepy right now. I don't know. Like yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Not sometimes. All the time. I watch a video with someone famous saying something that's outrageous, and I go like, oh yeah, that's definitely a deep fake. Like not because it's visible, like from like a technical standpoint. It's just because like obviously that person wouldn't say that, or if they had said it, it would be on the news. So that's why I know that's fake. But yeah, you just gotta have your antenna up and be like, yeah, it could be fake, but that's how good they do it. Like they're so well done that you need to consciously make the decision to not believe it. You gotta consciously be like, yeah, that could be not true, even though all of my senses say that it's definitely true because it looks exactly like the person saying the thing. The lip sync is out of control, dude. It's really good. I think in the future, people are gonna be. I hope people become more skeptical of stuff because, like, if they assume that people are lying to them and manipulating content, they should be ready in a way that's like, yeah, I at least am gonna question whether or not it's real. At least presidents playing video games. Yeah, dude, those are amazing. I love those. Honestly, I feel like they're really nice. The presidents playing Minecraft. Uh, I don't know, dude. Like they're honestly hilarious. But you know, yeah, when you listen to those, you go like, yeah, there's no way that Biden, Trump, and Obama were playing Minecraft at 2 in the morning. Yeah. Of course, it's not real. And the worst thing is, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get like because right now you can still hear the voices cracking here and there. You're like, yeah, okay, now the voices are also not convincing enough. There's gonna be the point where the voice is gonna be completely convincing. Yeah, AI is gonna ruin everything, or not. I don't know. People thought the internet was gonna ruin everything, and you know what? It did. They were right. The internet kind of screwed us. in a way that we don't even acknowledge anymore. Like we're so used to how screwed up we are, how ADHD we have become as a society. We cannot stand a second of not having entertainment. Yeah, but it's fine. It's gonna be okay. And if it isn't okay, then that's also okay. Let's see. Starting to look pretty good, huh, Calavera? Se empieza a ver muy bien este señor. Let's see. He's looking really sharp here. Boop, 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 and then another boop over here. Okay, this is the smallest group ever, but it's still a group, you know. So let's color this guy here. Actually, I should maybe just color one color at the same time. It's gonna make everything less tedious. Yep, that's good. And now there's one more group here. Yep, group, 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 and one more. So I got all the faces painted. Smart way to work. Now let's go for the hair. Do the same thing. Yeah, but it's not just one piece though. Do, 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 do. I think that this one's done. Now let's go for the shaded version of that. Do, 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 do. Let's go a little bit forward. Do, 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 do. And I think I'm finished with that part. Now the hair, the white part. See, this is getting very repetitive and boring, but the results are going to be so satisfying that it's definitely worth it. The good thing is that if you really work on the line work first, then you know that the final result is going to be satisfying. If you do it like a line work and then a little bit of color and then a little bit of shading and then you go back to line work because you had to fix something, then you never know what you're going to end up with. It might be really bad. But if you do the line work first, you know, like it's really going to be good. Definitely. Ooh. And there's the thing, like I'm confident in my skills enough to at least animate my own characters. If I have to animate a new character, maybe I don't know if it's gonna look good. But I know that if it's gonna be Calavera, Freya, or Zara, I know it's gonna be a good animation, dude. I just do. Okay, so now we've got all the colors for the main body parts, which are the face and the body. Now we need to add the eyes. We need to add the shadow on the nose. The mouth doesn't have any color yet either. So that's another thing. Let's save the project a little bit. Let me get a feel of what it's going to look like by removing the shader for 1 second and rendering it once. So let's render it. Things are looking good. Yeah, Calavera is moving. Yeah, he's very schmoving. He's very much schmoving all the time. He's a schmover. He schmoves. Oh, let's look at this render. Hope it's good. I mean, I know it's going to be good, but I'll look at Twitter for a second. Yeah, nothing big important over there. All right, let's keep going with the animation. We've got this. Oh, it's still loading, dude. Yeah, it's taking a while, dude, to render. Yeah, I still have to fix the whole the fan situation with my computer. It's not cooling as fast as it used to. It used to run a little bit faster than this right now. It's a shame, it's a pity, but I want to buy like a really good like cooling fan. Jesus Christ, it's taking so long. And it's not even 4K. I remember before I had the accident with the cooling system that I was able to render these at 4K a little bit faster than I'm rendering right now. I'm just rendering them at 180p, 1080p. I mean, uh, so this is kind of upsetting actually how slow it is. All right, we got it. Let's see.
Well, Homunculus and I did it, but mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness.
Yeah, it's
Well,
looking good.
Homunculus and I did it, but mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Mm.
Homunculus and I did it.
Now I'm thinking of ways to improve it, but it's way too late to improve anything. Like I'm already way too into the rendering process to fix anything. I could essentially, I could really go back on stuff, but it's so hard right now to go back. Like you gotta delete a lot of progress that's already been done. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep adding effects, and I'm gonna add right now one of my favorite effects ever, which is the drop shadow. Is one of my favorite things ever. Thanks to Toon Boom.
Well,
Let's look at it again.
Homunculus and I did it, but mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
So, Miss that guy thinks that it looks good. Thank you very much. I think it does look good. As I said before, there is room for improvement, but we're not gonna do that. So let's go to the node tree. Now the node tree is where all the fun is, really. So this thing over here is a composite where I've added the skull, which is the layer I've been working on. I also have the scar. You can see the scar is kind of floating on top of the head. Then I'm gonna try to cut it a little bit and make it like blend with the rest of the face. I also have got the eyes. Each one of them goes separate. The nose is also its own layer, and the mouth. Of course, the mouth had to be its own thing. So I was gonna use the entirety of that, which would be the head essentially. So let's call it what it is. Call it head composite. I'm gonna use that layer to create a shadow. Now, what I do is I use a node called apply peg trans. Nah, not this one. I use apply peg transformation. This one. What I do is I make a copy. If you grab a node and you know make two outputs, you're essentially copying the layer. Like it's like one is seen here, and the other one is seen right here. And I gotta place it on top of the body, right? So this is the composite that's gonna add all the Calavera pieces, and the body is gonna go below this one. Now the apply peg transformation is cool because you can add a peg, and a peg is essentially like a moving tool. Like you use this to move the layer. So if I add this layer here, whatever the peg does is what it's gonna move that layer. So let's go to the first frame to make sure that I don't mess up. I like to do things in 3D because it gives you like these handles, which are kind of like cool, like from video games. Easier to use, in my opinion. Also, I should move it a little bit more to a center place for the head. Okay, now here I grab the peg and I bring it down. Oops, something happened. I cannot see the results of it. So what's going on? I got the peg here. This is the head composite. If I move the peg here, theoretically the head should also come here. It's not doing it though. Why not? I wanted to do it. I'm actually not sure what's happening right now. Why is it not working? Maybe it's because maybe let's not use this and use the head itself. Nope, still nothing. It's crazy. I was sure that was gonna work. I've done it a couple times. Let me think what's going on. Was it the apply pic transformation tool that I needed? Because there's another apply. Apply image transformation. I don't want that. I want this one. I've done this a billion times. Why is it not working? Is there any reason for that to be invisible right now? Huh. This is a head composite. Like if I delete it, blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing, like it should already be showing once. Huh, that's weird. Like if I come over here. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, no. So it is here. It's just not moving it for some reason. Why is it not moving it? Hmm. What about if I just move it here? It really isn't working. Okay, maybe it's the peg itself. Something's wrong with it. Delete it. Make a new one. What is going on, dude? I thought I had this under control. I don't. Hmm. Oh, it's because I'm in this, maybe? I don't know. I'm so confused. Okay, it kind of worked there, but not the way I wanted it to work. No, dude, what the hell? That's why I wanted to do a 3D. It's easier to move. Why is it not doing it, bro? Why? What am I doing wrong with the apply pic transformation tool? Hmm, it's fascinating. It's not working at all. It's right there. That is so weird. Why is the peg not moving the head? Yeah, because the head is right here. This peg should move that. I'm getting pissed, bro. Okay, not a big deal because I have another way to do the same thing essentially. But it pisses me off because I wanted this one. Hmm. The other option I can do is the matte blur and matte resize. So I can grab this guy over here, bring it over here, and instead of making it like moving it down, I can just make it bigger and have the same effect. Except it's still okay, there you go. At least this one is doing it. Now that looks obviously terrible. Ah, you know what? I don't want that because it's gonna also use a scar, so no, screw that. I'm gonna just use a skull. There you go. That's pretty much it. Now I can also use the matte blur. It's gonna turn into one color. And the color I'm gonna choose. Oh no, I don't want to choose a color. I want to do the. That's another thing I gotta do. It's called. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry. Your connection died. That can happen. It's nobody's fault. Don't worry. I'm just figuring out something with the nodes because I'm having an issue for some reason. The pegging tool is not working. It kind of pissed me off, so I went with another solution, which is the resizing. Because I want to have a copy of the head and move it down so I can use it as a drop shadow. But now the problem with this is that I need to go lower, dude. What the hell's happening? Apply peg transformation. Let's put this in between. Just grab a peg. This should work. Maybe it's because it's not the second one, it's the first one. I think it's the second one though. Like I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, okay. No, it was not the second one, it's the first one. Okay, so I don't need to resize anymore. There you go. That's what I wanted. Okay, now that's better. Now that I have that, now I need to turn this into a layer that transforms the colors below, which I think was done with color override. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's color override. So now whenever you have got this on top of the other layer, transforms it into the other colors. So that would mean that I would have to maybe put it here and this guy over here and then override. There you go. So now whenever you get this skin tone, you're going to transform it into the shaded skin tone. Okay, it's almost working. So now the problem is that I'm doing it on the head. I don't want it on the head. I want it on the body. So this goes normal and the body goes here. Aha, yes, I'm starting to get somewhere. It's taking time because I don't fully remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done this. And now that I've got the color override, I need to make sure that this only applies, or it's not even applying, there's a problem. How did I do this? I forgot. Yeah, because it's not doing anything right now. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know. I'm gonna have the original body still there, and I'm gonna cut this guy with this. Okay, now, no, I'm gonna cut the override. There you go. I'm gonna cut the override with the apply transformation tool and make it the opposite way. Come on. There you go. Now we got the drop shadow. Perfect. Took me a while, but I remembered how to do it. This is a trick I do all the time, all the time, all the time. So now whenever his jaw moves, it's gonna be reflected there. See? There, 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 there. And now it's only working on the skin, but I can also make it work on the clothes. So that's what I need to do right now. So let's go to the color override and do the same thing for the lab code one. It's gonna be transformed into lab code one shade. Like that. There you go. See, now you can see the jaw on the shirt as well. And it's not going to reach to the apron, but I'm going to do it anyway. Lab code 2 would be transformed into lab code 2 color shaded. And that's it. Now it's going to always create a drop shadow on the clothing and the neck. And it looks really good. It looks pretty 3D. And it's very dynamic. I don't know, dude. It gives you like a lot of depth, which I love. I love depth. So let's render that to get a feel of the power of shading. Oh man, shading makes my life so much harder, but I love it. I feel like Calavera without shading would be so boring. I mean, it will look good, probably. I mean, it would be faster as well, but yeah, depth is awesome, and I need it, dude. I personally require depth in my characters. As I said before, it makes it so much harder. This is one hack that I found to make my life easier, but still, I gotta do all the other shading myself. Everything else. And I remember that at first I wanted to do shading and highlights or glossing, like having like three colors in total. The highlights, the normal part, and the shading part. And no, no, no. In the end, I decided not to. I mean, it will look amazing, but oof, the amount of work. I'm avoiding that. By the way, I'm starting to get tired, so I'm gonna go get caffeine. I got one of those Starbucks in a can, cold ones. Vanilla or white chocolate, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like in my mind, coffee is healthier than Coke, like Coca-Cola or Sprite or 7-Up. But then I look at the calories and the sugar. I think this might be even worse than having some soda. Oh, it's rendered. Let's look at it. Let's see. Let's play in a loop.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me.
Yay.
We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Yeah, it looks really good.
Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position
Ooh.
of the legendary Helm of Darkness.
Now, this is why you have to render and watch patiently and observe. There was something really weird happening there, right here. Okay, so what is going on here? Why is that happening? I don't like that. I wanted everything to be perfect. That's not perfect. He's got like a hole in his like chin or jaw for some reason. What is going on? Why? Man, if it weren't for that, it would have been perfect. Uh, what could be happening here? Why? I don't see a hole because this is just copying the shape of the skull, but the shape of the skull doesn't have that hole. So where did it get it from? I think I'm gonna have to go to that frame and figure out what's going on. And if I cannot do it automatically, I can just patch it up, like literally just color it here for this particular frame. Oh no, because the body's the same. Okay, no, I gotta fix it. And this is the middle one, which is the craziest thing ever. I think I'm just gonna go to Calavera, not Calavera skull. There's a color and it's gotta be here the situation, I guess. See, if I move the shading, I kind of like affect it, but I don't know exactly how I want to affect it. See, it's right there. So something's going on there. Oh, look at that. Like if you zoom in and you check the vector information, there's like a really tiny window here that I don't know why it got created, but it's reflecting itself here. That is crazy. Okay, so I just gotta go get the bucket tool, choose either skin or shade. It doesn't matter because it's such a tiny window that whatever you do, it's not gonna be noticeable. But now, yeah, there you go. It was literally a gap, micro gap, you can call it even. Okay, so now we have the good animation. I'm gonna do one more thing, which should be the last step, but I am getting excited about the final product, which is adding the thick lines that are very characteristic of both my comic books and now my animations, thanks to technology. If it weren't for technology, I wouldn't do the thick outlines because that would mean that you would have to draw again the outline for every frame. And I used to do that before because I really like my outlines, but I was starting to think about not doing it because of how much work it is. And then Toon Boom came along and told me you can just blur and resize everything and it's gonna be perfect. And in fact, there you go. Like it's extremely good, dude. It gets a little bit blurry by the end of the effect, but whatever. Let's go with 1.5 anyway. This I went too thick. Now the scar has to be fixed eventually. I'm gonna fix it now because I want to see it move. So let's go to the scar. Here's the scar. Where's the scar? Ah, where is it? Here it is. Okay. And we're gonna cut it with the skull reversely. There you go. So now the scar is only inside the skull. It's never gonna be outside of it, which is a reasonable way for a scar to function. Now we're gonna have to fix the hair situation later, but I'm gonna do that afterwards. Let's render it one more time. I'm gonna drink my stupid and high in calorie Starbucks coffee. 210 calories. Jesus Christ, that's like a mini burger, dude. I'm gonna gain weight because of my need of for caffeine. I was drinking C4 for a while. C4 is probably the best invention ever. The problem is that I got bored of the taste, but honestly, it does give you a boost of energy, and it really has 0 calories. Like they're not kidding. It's true. It's got to have some negative effects on your body, probably on your kidneys or whatever, but it won't make you fat. So that's the positive side of C4. Now Starbucks Monster Energy drinks, yeah, they're gonna make me fat. They're gonna also screw my liver. At least Monster Energy drinks will. Oh, or was it kidneys? I don't know what they mess up, but they mess up stuff either way. Why not Coke Zero or Diet Coke? Diet Coke tastes terrible. Coke Zero, yeah, Coke Zero is fine. But as I said before, I need caffeine. Coke has some caffeine, but it's not comparable to coffee or to an energy drink. But I think I'm gonna go back to C4s. I think they were the happy in between, like in the middle. Tea. You know what? I'm starting to become an older guy. Maybe I could become a tea person. Tea is not a bad idea, Drew. It's actually kind of smart. I feel like a lot of people that are healthy drink tea. Not many healthy people I know drink Monster. Probably nobody that's healthy has ever drank a Monster. C4 is like an energy drink for people who work out. And before I started working a lot, I was working out, so it kind of worked for me. But as I said before, now I feel like I crave sugar as well. Because C4, for some reason, doesn't have sugar. It has like sweeteners. It's like Coke Zero. But the thing is that it tastes good because it was designed to be 0 calories. So it's not like it's a zero version of something. It's the thing. The thing has 0 calories. Okay, let's watch this.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me.
Yeah,
We were able to triangulate the
that
exact
looks
position of the
almost
legendary Helm of
finished, dude.
Darkness. Well,
Bruh.
Homunculus.
This is the good thing about like doing something like a billion times. When you do it so many times, you know you're gonna get the product you want by the end of it. Like this is just like a formula at this point. Like I know how to animate this guy, and it always looks the way I want him to look. which might not be amazing, but it's like it's polished, dude. It's like it looks exactly the same. So that's the thing I like. I like having like a product that is consistent. Calavera always looks consistently Calavera-ish or whatever that is. But I still gotta add more stuff. So let's add the eyes. I feel like once we got the eyes, can I play that again? Yeah, sure. Let's play it again. I mean, I'm taking it easy. I've been coloring for an hour and a half. See, this is what I meant, dude. Rendering takes long as well. Like animating is long, rendering as well, dude. What the hell? There's no breaks in animation, bro. Everything is long. Nothing is short, dude. And then I gotta work on the backgrounds. That's like, I mean, one background I can do that in a couple hours, but I'm talking about like I gotta draw 60 backgrounds. What the hell, man? It's a lot of drawing. Dude, what else do I gotta do? Okay, now the thing is that the first few shots, which are the 41st ones, don't have special effects. Now, starting shot number 45 to 60, there's gonna be special effects, and the way I envision them in my brain, they're pretty bombastic. So now I'm scared to know what how much I'm gonna have to make. Oh my god, because like now I'm like at the end of the line. I'm on the third act of the animation. But now the third act of the animation might be the most like complicated one. It's like both in a technical way and in a time consuming way. Yeah, 60, I mean the whole animation is 66 different shots and each one of them have their own background. This one, for example, I'm gonna go cheap and I'm gonna just draw the sky or color the sky. So this one might be the easiest background, the one for the shot I'm showing you right now. But most of them, yeah, I got the good thing is that I use Blender to figure out the perspective of where the characters were placed and how the three dimensionality of objects works. So it's gonna be easier because of the reference that I have things to Blender, but I still gotta draw everything, dude. Let's watch him again.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Damn,
Homunculus
dude.
and I did it. But
I like
mostly
how he
me.
looks.
We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Yeah, okay. Technically, I've been animating Calavera for more than a year, so yes, I think that I got how to animate him after a year. After 1 year, I finally have a formula that works every single time. Blender is a godsend for stuff like Blender is an absolute godsend, honestly. Blender is fantastic for the stuff I do. And the funny thing is that in the final product, you don't see any Blender, probably. You won't see any Blender, but Blender's all over the place. Like every single shot has Blender. Except for this one. There's a couple of them that really have no Blender. This is one of them. But most of them have a little bit of Blender. That's what I meant for the backgrounds, for planning. Also, like the good thing about Blender is that when you gotta do storyboarding, it helps so much to. It feels like you're like a director in the real world. Like if you're in the real world and you go like, okay, this is a place we have. We have a room, right? What would be the best place to put the actors in so I can get good shots or whatever the angles. In animation, usually you gotta like figure out that stuff like from your mind. Be like, okay, I'm gonna invent a space for this shot, and that's hard, especially to keep then those different ideas consistent. But Blender, dude, like you can be like, okay, I'm gonna design a room, and that is the room where things are happening. So now you can move the camera around and work with what you have. It is more limiting because you're working with what you have, but what you have is math on your side and perspective. So it's so much easier in the end. But I feel like some more traditional artists might feel that that's limiting because, as I said before, they can think of the right scenery for each shot themselves. Like some people have that talent, honestly. I don't have it. I decided to go the Blender route of things, but I can see the disadvantage. It's just that I'm not skilled enough at that kind of stuff to notice it myself. So I don't care. Okay, let's start with the eyes. Okay, now for the eyes, I got two layers over here. I feel like the eyes are gonna be easy to color because they're just white. Yeah, just white is. And the funny thing is that the color white is called hair 2 in Calavera's palette. So I'm coloring the eyes the same color as the hair because of the name. Okay, so now we got one. Let's go with the next one. Ba, 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 ba. We're gonna go one by one. This one doesn't have anything. Look at that. Oh, there's another weird thing happening here. One of those weird gaps. Oh, yeah, there's nothing there to color. Here, yeah. Yep, okay. So now we got one eye. Let's go for the other eye. Left eye. Boom. And now the scar is covered by the coloring. So that's also another plus. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, no, not the grid. I want the, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there you go. So now we got the eyes already colored and everything. Now the next step is an important one, especially for Calavera. As I said before, I already have a formula. So I go to my assets right here. I don't know if you can see it because of homunculus. Let me get homunculus out of the way for a second. Homunculus, go stand on the left side of the screen for one moment, okay? Yeah, over here I got my library. So in assets, I have some general assets, which are mostly tools for the software itself. But then I have got assets for each character. I don't have many for each of them yet, but whenever I have something, I'm just gonna put it here. For each character, for the most part, I have the head, which is a reference drawing in not 360, but in 180 degrees, so I can rotate their heads from looking to the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, and with the front in the middle. And I also have the eye colors of each one of them. So they call usually the character Iris. Iris is the name of the color part of the eyes. So for Calavera, I just come over here. I make sure that I'm in the right place. Yeah, the eye. And just bring that stuff over here, dude. I bring up. So where is it? It might have hidden somewhere weird. It's right here. Okay. So it didn't go to the right place, but I can just move the node to where I want it. I want it to be on top of the eyes. So it's not covered by it. There you go. So that is the popular iris of Calavera that we love and know. Or at least I love and know. I don't know if other people know it. They should love it though. And that way it always looks the same. I don't like coloring irises every single time. So I colored, this is literally the same iris I used in the Calavera animation a year ago. Like I haven't colored it a single time after that one. Maybe this is like the third iteration, but yeah, I don't feel like I need to color it again. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a couple composite layers to organize stuff. It's not even necessary. Like the actual layering won't be affecting the drawing, but this is more for me to make sure that I know where everything is. So I have one composite for the left eye and another one for the right one. So let's call this one composite eye left, and this one's going to be composite eye right. That way, now I can essentially bring another iris here. Mm, 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 mm. Now I'm going to use this peg, the original one, for positioning, but I'm going to create another one for size. Usually I would do size and position with one, but I think that is going to be better. That way they're both the same size consistently, which is a very important thing. So let's see. Yeah. See, you can make them small, but the same size, which is very important to me. Now this one is the left iris. Yeah. So this one goes here. And the right iris is going to go here. Okay, now we have a problem. This iris is literally on top of the eye bag. So that's not a good thing. Also, like I gotta do this to make sure that it's properly positioned. So now what I gotta do for each iris is going to be cutting them with the eye color. I'm going to use the eye color. So let's cut the iris in the left eye, or the right eye would be wiser, with not the eye, but the color of the eye. So I'm going to separate the color art and the line art. They're going to be two separate things. And the line art is going to be above everything like this. There you go. So it's already cutting it here. But let's say that I move the eye here, right? I need to cut the part that is not supposed to be seen. So since I have got the color here, I can just bring it to the cutter, make it the opposite, and there you go. So now I can have the eye being covered by obviously the skull. Like the iris goes inside the eye socket, but that's it. Okay, now a little bit more out here. Okay, so now he looks kind of worried here. Okay, now how does the final product look? Yeah, it looks like this. So that looks pretty good already. But another thing that I think makes my Calavera animations look good is the shading of the eyes. Now, the shading of the eyes has the same principle of the shading of the jaw moving, you know? It's a drop shadow in the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the color art. I'm going to bring it here. I'm going to bring this on top of the color here. And then I'm going to use a peg to essentially just move it down. And before I keep going, I'm just going to add the matte blur to already change the color. And the color I want is the color of the hair where it's shaded, because it's the same for the eye. See? So now there's the color of the shading of the eye, right? So I'm going to move this guy. Well, first of all, I need to center it a little bit more, maybe. To say before, I'm going to move this guy right here. So you can see this shape over here that's white. That's the part that I want to be the the shading. So I did the opposite, but that's going to have an easy solution anyway. So I think I'm going to remove the matte blur here. I'm going to add it to the color. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to use this only to cut it. So cutter, I'm going to cut the blur. Or I don't know why it's called a blur. It's called a blur, but it's color changing, I guess. I'm going to cut the change color with that drawing that I did before. And ta-da, we got a drop shadow. So now I copy the same formula for the left eye, and we're golden, dude. So now the left eye also needs to be line art and color art first of all. Yeah. It's been a while since I've done this, but I remember that I got really good at coming up with crazy solutions for drop shadows and, cutting stuff. It's crazy skill. It's like, it's not even art. I don't know what it is, but it is a skill. And I haven't lost it, not 100%. Okay, so now we add a matte blur for this guy. Comes over here, and the color is going to be the same one for as the other eye, this one. And then for the cutter, I need the apply peg transform. And cutter here. This reminds me of electronics engineering for some reason. Nah, not for some reason, because it's a logical gate system. Essentially, that's what it is. It's crazy. And the peg here, cutter maybe goes reverse. Yep. And now this guy, no, not reverse. It was the normal one. This guy, we gotta make it 3D so it's easier for me to move. And just make it a drop. Haha, there you go. Now we got the two drops. This almost makes it look like the brows of Calavera are so thick that they cover his eyes a little bit, which I'm totally for. Now let's render that and see how it looks. I think it's gonna look good. Let's see what people are saying. Are you using a gradient tool? That's what Drew asked right now. Can I put it on the map? On the little on the screen? Are you using a gradient tool like a generative pattern effect that you can animate in Toon Boom? I am using a grading tool, but I used it on Sketchbook Pro, which is a different software, because when I animated Calavera for the first time, it was there, and it's literally just a bucket tool with a gradient that goes like a radial instead of linear. I can show it to you later. I think it wasn't hard, honestly. You just add a couple gradients, and I you add like really dense black in the middle and black on the outside, not as dense. And of course, the main color has to go in between those. So that way it creates like that nice dark look. But the pupils have to be intense. So that's why I add like a very intense, dense black in the middle of it. And I did the same thing for all the characters. Calavera's eyes are green, Zara's are purple, Freya's are blue, and Sawen's are a bit different, but they're pretty much the same idea. The thing is that they have a hole in the middle, and they have a glow effect as well. But the glow effect is definitely Toon Boom, not Sketchbook Pro. Mr. Guy says it's raining really hard here. I might lose connection. Yeah, what's up with the rain, dude? Is it raining so bad? Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. In fact, I hope that you're safe and that tornadoes or sharknadoes or whatever storm you get there doesn't destroy everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it won't destroy anything, but I hope things are good. I hope that you're safe. Drew says, "Big brain." Yeah, I mean, not big brain. It's more like I don't know, just practice, dude. Honestly, you just practice a lot with these tools, and you start getting the gist of them.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to
The iris
triangulate the
kind of
exact
stay there.
position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
He looks good,
Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me.
but it's glitching. It looks like one of those cutscenes from Assassin's Creed. Some of the games have those glitches. Which one was it? Like the one in France or something? I don't remember the name. Ah, got a big gulp of my Starbucks coffee. All right, let's keep going. So now the irises need to continue existing for a little bit longer. Also, one of them is not being cut for some reason. Oh yeah, see, it's over here. It's not being cut. Like the cutter works with two gates. One port is for the actual drawing, and the other one is for whatever cuts it. So whatever cuts it is the color of the eye. So now I need to go here and here. So that way, like whenever it's not in there, it should disappear at least. All right. So now let's go get the irises and bring them, stretch them all the way until the end of the animation. And now I'm gonna animate, for example, the left one. So the left one, the way I animate is with a peg. Really, I just move it from one place to the other. That's called tweening, and I said already, I hate tweening, but for the irises, I never found another solution that wasn't tweening. So tweening is what I will do. So now here, the iris is obviously covered by the eyelids, but the eye would be here, I guess. So that way the in-between makes sense. No, it doesn't actually. So let's go a little bit more to the left. Ew, that looks terrible. What the hell? Oh, I know why. It's because it's not centered. This should be always in the middle of the eye. Otherwise, it's going to create really weird stuff. So now instead of bringing it all the way over here, going to bring it all the way over here. See, now that's a more reasonable approach. Even that one can be more to the right. Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, so now we got that, and now from here is going to go to there. So let's go from here, create a keyframe, all the way to here. It's a really fast motion, but whatever. So now, whenever Calavera does the angry eyebrow look or the frown, I like having the eye and the like almost covering the iris. Like the more it's about to cover the iris, the more evil he looks, or the more mischievous. He's not evil; he's just mischievous. So that looks good. The one in the middle is in between, so that would be the literal mathematical interpolation, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna just keyframe it itself. So no need for tweening there. See? Now it goes like this. Oops, I messed up. So now it goes here, here, and here. Yeah, we're doing good. Let's go to the next change of position. It's gonna be probably from, yeah, here to here. Again, it's gonna be covered by the eyelid, but you get an approximation. Yeah, that works actually. Actually, you know what? No, I don't like it. It needs to go more to the right. There you go. That works. Okay, now the last change of position is from here to here, and I really just need to essentially choose the last position of the iris, and I'm done with the left eye. There you go. I don't like these in between sometimes. Yeah, tweening, that's the problem, is that it just puts something in between. It's not necessarily good. The iris are a little bit big for this particular scene. And then that's it, right? Okay, now let's see how it looks if you render it. And it looks great because this is the thing I really like doing is that I shade the white part of the eye, but I make the iris maintain its color at all times. So that way they always feel like lanterns. They feel like they are their own source of light. So even if you're dropping a shadow on them, they work like light bulbs. And essentially, they aren't affected by shadows. And I think that's a very interesting particular look that my characters have. That is not realistic at all, but nothing is in my cartoon, so it worked. Okay, let's keep going. So essentially, this will be one of those shows where if you turn off the lights, you will be able to see people's eyes in the dark room. That's the physics of this like universe, I guess. Yeah, eyes are not only the windows to the soul; they're also like sources of light. So let's go with the other eye. Same process. We start here. We're gonna do a transformation from here to here. It's covered by the eyelids. I gotta take the center of the peg to the center of the eye. That way everything else makes sense. And now we move this eye all the way over here. Now the problem is that when the face is turning or like turning to the right or to the left, and one of the eyes is starting to move away from you, the iris has to be smaller. Otherwise, it looks weird. I guess it's not following the rules of perspective. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna like start to make it shrink a little bit and go a little bit higher actually. Oh shoot. Oh, something happened. I'm using the wrong peg. I was using the general one. I need to use this one. Here. I made a mistake. Sue me. Okay. Same concept though. I do need to make this be right in the middle of the eye. Now I can move this from this position to this position. And oops, nope, not like that. And once it's here, you're gonna shrink it a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I'm gonna copy this position here and then bring the original position here. That way it has the original size, but bring it all the way to the left. Oops. Here, I guess, looks good. Yep. Now I can also do the mirror to make sure. Yeah, it looks kind of off. I don't know why. Does it look off? I feel like it does, but I'm not sure exactly what it is about it that just looks wrong. Oop, didn't want to rotate it. Yeah, that looks kind of workable, I guess. But yeah, it does have a couple moments where it looks weird. Now from here all the way to there, I do the same principle, which is just hide behind the lids in a way that makes sense. This in between looks terrible. So let's bring it a bit lower. Yep, that makes sense. And then one more transition, which is from here to, oops, from here to here. And the last one is this one right here. There you go. Let's go back to the mirror. Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna render it and I'm gonna drink another gulp of my coffee. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours and I still haven't rendered the whole thing. What else do I need to render? I need to color the mouth and I need to add the eye shadows that I mentioned before, the smoky eyes. Smoky eyes are a very determinant part of how Calavera looks. But they're a nightmare. I just gotta draw maybe like a couple 5X for each eye and then just transform them frame by frame. It's gotta be kind of nightmarish, actually. Oh my god, I just remember this morning I had to go to the landfill. Man, that was bad. I had to take like a really long shower to get rid of that landfill smell. Trash can smell pretty bad really quickly. One forgets about it. Hmm. Rendering at the speed of light. Okay, there you go. Now we have a render product. Let's loop it and play it.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness.
It's lagging a little bit.
Homunculus.
I think that might be because I had the computer on for a while, and before I was animating, I was recording music. So, like that's pretty CPU demanding. So maybe it's still affected. Maybe I need to like turn it off and let it cool off, turn it on again, and then maybe this won't happen. But it's definitely lagging right now. Like the animation is looking not as crisp, but I can notice that it's not because of my drawings. It's because it's literally lagging.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
But what,
Homunculus and I did it.
except for the timing, which is off right now because of what I'm saying, I'm sure that it's lagging. Before it wasn't lagging. When it was just lines, now that it's colored, it's starting to lag more. So I think that might be it. Okay. So what should I do before I finish the stream? Should I work on the mouth? Should I add the eye bags? Should I add the bags at all? Like the smoky eyes? That's a lot of work. I feel like I'm gonna do the mouth. And maybe if I'm tired after that, which feels like it might be the case, I'm gonna be done for today. So let's start with the mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna do the mouth because the mouth is like you definitely need to color the teeth and the tongue, right? That is like there's no way out of that. So let's do that. Why did all the other palettes come, dude? Why? Whatever. I'm just using Calavera full anyway, so I can just ignore everything else. So now for the mouth, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color first of all the teeth, and then the back of the mouth, and then the tongue, and that's it. Okay, for example, this first shape doesn't have any teeth, so now let's go to this one. Daga, daga. This one as well. Daga, daga. Next one. Go with FG. Teeth, teeth, boom. Teeth, teeth, boom. Teeth, teeth, boom. By the way, this is what real pros do. They literally animate every single position of the mouth by hand. There is no repeating two shapes for the mouth like anime does. I'm not like using a puppet rig like American cartoons do. I am literally just timing each vowel and creating a new shape for that vowel and then connecting them with in betweens. This is a lot of work I do for the mouth shape, but it really always gives you the most satisfying results. Also, you can use the voice acting to make sure that the mouth is like opening enough, or maybe it's like smiling, or maybe he's angry, so it's more like a frowning mouth shape or whatever. And yeah, it's a lot more work though, obviously. But I've noticed that in anime, they don't even move the jaw sometimes. Like that's way too much, not moving the jawline. What happened here? Why did it color the tongue? Oh, I don't know why. Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, and I was thinking for a while to do that kind of stuff. Why do I have two different layers for this mouth? Doesn't matter. And no, in the end, I was like, no, it looks okay. I don't know. It looks functionally, if you use like a puppet rig mouth, it works functionally, but really depressing, dude. Like whenever the guy says like this, the sound is always going to be the same mouth. That's not possible. You gotta draw each mouth separately. It's gotta be its own thing. Each mouth shape is unique. Should be. It's the way it is for most people. I think. Unless it's South Park. If it's South Park, yeah, you can handle rig puppet mouths. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? I am getting tired. Last night I didn't sleep. I was recording that Scott Pilgrim song or track, and I didn't go to sleep because then I had to like wake up early and take my trash to the landfill. So I haven't slept in a while. I think I'm tired. I don't want to go to sleep. I want to use my free time to animate as much as possible. Sucks. I don't want to go to sleep. I have to. Otherwise, I will implode. I can feel the implosion. It's gonna occur. It's gonna be imminent. Huh. Let's try to finish the mouth though. It's pretty much finished. Is it? Nope. I'm halfway there. Damn, and that's not even the mouth. It's just the teeth. Jesus Christ, no. It's gonna take forever. You know what? I could have shaded the mouth. I think I've done it a couple times. Like actually just frame by frame shading the mouth. The teeth and the tongue, I mean. Damn. That was a lot of work. It was worth it when I did it, but right now I don't think I'm gonna do it. Especially now because like I've already started the coloring process. Maybe if I had all the time in the world, but I don't have all the time in the world. Tomorrow I gotta go back to work. I gotta work 12 hours and then I gotta go to Spain. So I don't have all the time in the world. I only have what else do I have? I have like 8 more hours to keep working on stuff before I definitely have to go to sleep. I'm just gonna take a nap when I'm done with these teeth at least. Probably the mouth. Dude, these are a bunch of mouth shapes. Jesus Christ. And they're all different. They're all their own individual drawing. I'm not repeating a single one. That's why I gotta color each single mouth shape. Oh, this one's kind of weird, right? This one I made a mistake, or it's not I made a mistake, it's that I overlooked this. Here you go. Now it's fixed. Oh no, what happened, dude? It undid what I did before. What the hell? Oh, because it's a color layer. Okay, fixed. Da 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 da. Dun dun. Drew says that I got this. I got this, but oof, I'm gonna fall asleep any moment, dude. Nah, but come on, let's try to finish coloring the mouth shapes. I'm gonna change you like a remix and erase you like a phoenix. Hey, young blood, can you feel it? Running out? Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Okay, we're done with the teeth, I think. Yep, the teeth are finished. Let's go with the tongue now. Hope for the best. Let's see if I can finish the whole thing. Tongue, 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 tongue. Yeah, see now it's going faster because I already have the vector layer, the vector information from before. Oops, nope. Here, 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 here. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Yeah, I'm starting to get really tired, bro. Man, almost got it, almost got it. We got the whole thing. Just a couple frames away. Okay, now I got the tongue finished. Now I just gotta finish the mouth, which is the back of the everything else. No. Oh, there are a couple ones that are, yeah. For example, this one doesn't have anything, so let's do it like that. Yep, yep. There you go. This one, same problem. There you go. Hey, hey, young blood, ba ba da bum. Almost done. Come on, dude. Let's go faster. I'm going silent because I'm really falling asleep. That's why I was able to talk for like 2 hours, but my batteries are draining. I'm gonna have to take that nap that I was talking about before. I'm just focusing on not falling asleep and coloring the mouth. Oh no! Color the wrong part. Do. Almost done. Almost done. Got a couple more. To the last position of the face, so I gotta have like 12 more of these and then done. No, almost finished. Yay. That's it. That's it. One more. Oops. Okay, it was more like four more. Almost there. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I am almost finished. And then the funny thing is that once I'm finished with what I know I have to finish, I might have more or I might have something wrong. I mean, if something's wrong, I'm just gonna leave it for next time. Okay, let's save it. Let's go to the render version. Let's see one frame, for example. This is what one frame looks fully rendered. This is the magic of render. Dude, like it's like a thing. It's finished. It's a finished product. This frame, I mean. I could just use that. Probably I'm gonna add the eye bags or the smoky eyes that I was talking about before. Because I also like the smoky nose. That's the thing. I like the smoky nose as well. Well, the nose is gonna be quicker because actually everything's gonna be quicker. It's not that many eye shapes really. And the nose, obviously, is like four shapes anyway, so it's not gonna be a lot of work. But I'm not gonna be able to do it now because I know it's gonna take at least I want to say less than 40 minutes to do both things. But no, yeah, 40 minutes sounds reasonable. 40 minutes is way too much. I hope it's like 25 minutes to do the smoky nose and smoky eyes. This is what I meant. Like, it's honestly economically not good, knowing that it takes like half an hour to just add smokiness to the face. But I like it a lot. I want to do it. But right now I'm going to fall asleep. So I just want to look at the render, guys. I want to show it to you. And then I want to go to sleep. Just a couple minutes. Yesterday, I got home from work like at 7:30 and I fell asleep, dude. I thought I was gonna at least stay up to like have some food or something. Now I took a shower. I just rested my eyes for 2 minutes and then it was 5 p.m. I promise you, it was like, oh shit, I have like 2 free days and one of them I spent it sleeping. Seriously, man. And then I had to do that. I had to I recorded a song at night, like instead of doing it during the day, which would have been the normal thing. I was like, okay, it's 9 p.m. I haven't done anything all day long. I'm not sleepy, so I'm just gonna record a song. And I recorded the track knowing that at 7 a.m. I had to take my trash to the landfill. And after the landfill, I was like, yeah, it's the last free day that I'm gonna have in a while. I need to stream today. So that's why I'm animating right now and I'm streaming. Because I know that the next opportunity to stream is gonna be maybe in a month away from now. And a month away from now is when I'm gonna be able to stream every single week. So that's gonna be fun as well. But until then, I'm not gonna be able to. So I need to stream one more time before another big break. But after this big break, I'm gonna be streaming all the time.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Yeah, in fact,
Homunculus and I
it
did
looks
it.
good.
But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
But I've noticed that there's a couple of frames where the mouth has like it's missing color. It's here, there you go. Here's missing color, and the next one as well, and the next one. Like 3 frames that it has a problem. It's crazy. How did that happen 3 frames in a row? I don't get it. Okay, let's find those really quick and color them. How did that happen in 3 frames in a row? Yeah, because if it had been only 1 frame, I wouldn't have noticed it maybe, but when it's three, it's like a while of missing information. Yeah, I think he's colored now. Uh, and let me think. Should I add something else, or is that it? I feel like that's it. The problem is that I'm so tired right now that I'm gonna fall asleep on my desk. So I'm just gonna save the file and tell you guys that I'm done. Let me read first of all what people are saying. Miss That Guy says almost there. Yes, almost there. I did it. I made it. It's not 100% finished, but come on, this is a functional render. This could be in the final product easily. But as I said before, I want to add the smokiness. That's why. Uh, can I add a background? I think I have something to add here. Like I could easily add like the sky to be like, yeah, this. Oh yeah, this guy was the last thing I imported. So let's do that again. Where is it? It's right here. No, is that it? No, that's another thing. Where's this guy? Where did it go? Uh-oh, I added a frame and I don't know where it is. Maybe it is this one. It shouldn't be called sea, it should be called sky. Yep, that's the one. Kind of. You still have to add a couple trees here and there probably. But yeah, the purple background makes sense with the shades and the coloring. Like the color of the shading is reactive or responsive to the environment. So that's why it makes sense. I think I could make it like emphasize on the darker part of it. Let's see, grab this guy here, get bigger, even bigger than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add a couple of trees to make it like working. Okay, let's render it one more time. Okay, one last render, one last save, and then that's gonna be everything else for today. Oh shoot, it's gonna take like half an hour to render. No, okay, no, not half an hour, but it's slow, dude. If it was cooling better, it probably if the CPU was getting cooled at a higher rate, it wouldn't take this long to render this stuff. This is not intensive rendering, dude. I mean, it needs a minimum amount of power, but I mean, it could do way more than this, especially in Blender. Blender, this could render a lot. Now, I don't think it's gonna be able to render half as much. That's a shame because like I got a really powerful graphics card, but a really powerful graphics card does nothing if your CPU is not up to speed. And my CPU is capable of that. The problem is that this cooling system is not working, not doing its job. It's like that's the case of bottlenecking. Like if all the other items are amazing, you won't notice it if one of them doesn't want to work at the same level. And that's a cooling system. It's not working at the same at par. The cooling system of the CPU was working at par. The CPU would be at par with the RAM and the graphics card, and everything would run smoothly. But nope, they're running. The good thing is that it does the job. Some computers can't even render this stuff, so let's give credit where credit's due. It's able to still render stuff, but it should be able to do it faster. Should be. Damn, dude. This is so slow, dude. It's crazy slow. Yeah, but it's worth it. Definitely worth it. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit and check it out one more time.
Well, Homunculus and I did it. But mostly me. We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
Yep.
Homunculus and I did it.
I am satisfied with the end results.
We were able to triangulate the exact position of the legendary Helm of Darkness. Well,
It's good.
Homunculus.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since I've rendered something, so it's always exciting to see how good it looks. That's why every shot is going to look good, because every render is going to be as intensive as the one I did today. It's a lot of work rendering as well, so it's another like 3 months of just rendering stuff. Is it? No. I can render easily 2 of these scenes per day. Like today I rendered 1. It only took me 2 hours. I feel like I could do 2 or 3 even per day. So if it's 60 shots and you do 3 per day, it could be. Oh my god, my brain is so tired I cannot even math properly. 60 divided by 3 is 20, right? Yeah, 20. 20 days is a reasonable amount of time for me to render every single shot. 22, 23 days maybe. And I'm talking about 23 days dedicating to animation, not doing it part time. So if it's 23 days, that's a bunch of weekends, man. Yeah, I'm getting depressed thinking about it. So I'm just gonna be done by today for today, and I hope to see you guys around, both on the Discord servers, on the YouTube lives, and in general. Like if I find you on the street, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you're a real person. You can walk. You can walk outside of your room." I don't think I'm gonna see you out there because the world is huge and the internet kind of like puts us in the same spot, even though we're so far away from each other. But yeah, yeah, about half a month. Yeah, half a month of working hard to render everything. And I'm not even done with the line work. I still have like a 15 more shots to do the line work for. So yeah, bye guys. Talk to you later. Bye.